Yo, what it is, everybody? Thanks for tuning back into another episode here on the Speedbug channel. Well, we're doing some stuff today with the Gsxr 1000R. Now, I know there's been some stuff here recently about the BMW. We're going to focus still on this Joker, but we got to take care of our BMW here, or not BMW, our Gsxr 1000 here, because look at this. You know, I've been having a little fun with some drag racing and stuff, and kind of ate up the center part of the tire. So what we're going to go ahead and do is get that Joker taken care of and get this tire dismounted and take it on over to a good friend of mine so that he could put some new meats on. Here's the new tire. I went with the Dunlop tire. Same tire that I had on my BMW and same tire that I had on my my Hayabusa back then, and Hayabusa made a lot of torque, and the Gsxr does make a lot of torque. And these Bridgestones that came on here, I've never really just been a big fan of these. They came on my last Suzuki also that I had, and even when they got really hot, I just never really cared for them. I didn't feel that they had adequate amount of grip for the streets, nor really the track. I mean, track was better, but they had to get really hot to work, and I really thought they always wore out too fast. So I went ahead and got this tire, even though it's technically a dual compound, and it is a little harder according to the spec sheet, but that would also make sense why it does last longer, of course, but it definitely still feels a lot grippier still, no matter what, even in cold climate. And the BMW actually comes with the, was it Metzger tires, and it grips like no tomorrow. And to me, that tire gripped very well. And as much power as my BMW made, even though it didn't make the torque down low, I know that saves a lot of the tire, but it lasted 6,000-7,000 miles, even when I was doing a lot of drag racing. And I've probably done more burnouts on my last BMW, meaning the black one, than any other bike that I've had. I don't even think I've done any big burnouts here on my Gsxr. Maybe some small ones here or there, but bottom line is it just did not last. So the front one's still good. It's got almost about 3,500, 4,000 miles. A couple flat spots for me just dicking around doing wheelies and stuff, as the norm. But when that one kind of wears out, probably when the back one wears out, that's when I'll throw a front one on there. They're pretty cheap. And for the price of those Dunlop tires and how long they last, I really can't beat them. So I really did like this tire, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on, and I'll give you guys an honest review as well about that. So I got to go ahead and get this rear axle out, pull the brakes off, undo the chain, and get this tire off, because I'm going to go ahead and take the rim and tire. The rim and tire as an assembly from the bike as well. Take this one, throw it in the back of the truck, and get these suckers swapped out. It's a little bit easier when you do it like this. It also is a little bit cheaper. And then when I just come back, I just got to throw it on. So let's get this going. All right, and that's how you get the back tire off. It took me a little bit more finessing to do because this bike has no scratches or anything on it. And now it's just a good time to inspect the inside of your swing arm, clean it all up, make sure everything's good and Gucci, and we'll get this joking tire off and get it on over to the next place. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean this up wipe everything down, and get it ready for reinstall. Pretty straightforward, typical easy, working on a Suzuki, as it always is. And that'll be it. All right, we got them jokers loaded up in the back of the bed. It's a little dark, you can see it. We on our way to the Power Sports. All right, y'all, we are at Power Sports here at Palm Beach. Oh, got a Gsxr out front. You have to check out that joker. And we're gonna go talk to my man and see about getting this tire changed. Over here at 561 Motorsports, you can see all of the bikes. Anybody looking for another sick ass bike? We got Gsxr here, 47,000 miles, 13 G's. Looks like it's got brand new rubber on it too. Another Gsxr. And my boy Josh's old bike right there. Got plenty of stuff in here. Anything that you could ask for. Tony hooked up. We have 561 Motorsports. So there's this West Palm. There's some BMWs. Twinning. Good tire section. There we go. Well, get this joker mounted and put back on the bike. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Gsxr and got the tire mounted on here. And for the ones that are wondering, was it a pain in the ass? Not at all. Super easy to do. Really no different than any other brand or motorcycle as far as crotch rocket is I'm concerned. Suzuki is no easier than a Honda or anything like that. It just pretty much all went together. Of course, torqued my axle nut down. I go a little bit over the factory torque spec because I make sure my shit stays locked in. And then, of course, here down at the end, I apply some preload and then tighten my jam nuts. So I took a picture before just so I know exactly where it is so I didn't have to guess and do the chain tension. I tend to run my chain a little tight. Some people don't like to run their chain a little tight, but I do because I like to wheelie and have fun and stuff like that. I don't like my chain slacking on my chain rail up here. But it all went out great. For the ones that are wondering, stock size, I did not upgrade the size, change the profile, or anything like that. So the factory size is, I think it's a, where is it here? I'll just read it for you. It's a 190, 55, 17. The tire that I did go with is a Dunlop Qualifier. It's a Q3. It's a little bit older of a tire. They are on the Q4s now. I chose the Q3 because of the deal that I got on them. I had them on my Beamer, also my Hayabusa, and they last a tremendous amount of life on the street. I have nothing but good things to say about them. The Bridgestones that came on this bike absolutely sucked in my opinion, but all Suzukis come with Bridgestones for the most part, and they just kind of suck. So I put the qualifier on there. It's worked great. I had it on my BMW, and the torque that my Hayabusa made, it didn't eat up or chew up that tire, so I have no doubts that this one's going to be great, as well as the one was on my BMW. So 561 Motorsports, Tony, my boy, hooked me up. If you're in the West Palm Beach area, make sure you check him out. He does great work. He's always helped me and done everything great. I have nothing but great things to say about him and his shop, unlike some other shops that you know where that came from. But certain people make that experience a hell of a lot better, but overall the company sucks. But this is not a rag on that video. This is all about the Gsxr, and everything's done great. Unfortunately, it's raining. I can't obviously go out and ride or anything like that, but the bike is back together, and when it's done raining, we will take it out, go have a little bit more fun. And of course, this thing should be fully unlocked within about a week or so. Unfortunately, it's a long story about certain people that are only able to unlock this bike before the miles or at the mile service. It's a pain in the ass. But we're supposed to get this thing really unlocked really soon. And then we're going to do some drag racing against another bike that I actually did build, which you guys seen it on the channel when I did the S1000RR, the 18 build. It was like a 4 or 5 episode thing. And that bike made 203, 204-ish on the dyno for the wheel. So it made some really good power. And it's definitely no slouch, so we're going to go race that bike against this stocker and see how they do. I don't really know if this one's going to win. If it doesn't, I'm really not expecting it to. It's a bone stocker. But then again, it also is a lot lighter, so we will see. And then after, whether I win or lose, we will also see about when I start to mod this Joker and how else is it going to do. Which, that bike has done it and raced that other BMW and has beaten it many times. But again, this is a whole different kind of animal. And again, it's not to brag on that other bike or anything like that, but there's some secrets in that bike. We're just going to say that. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. We got the tire put on. Everything went great. Again, thanks again to Tony. These are great tires. You should look at them up online. Good dual compound tire. Super hard in the middle and super soft on the side, and as long as you get a little bit of heat in them, they're okay and great. I have nothing but great things to say about them. That's why I wouldn't have had them on all of my other bikes. But again, guys, that's going to wrap it up here for today's video. I hope you guys liked what you saw. Again, Facebook, Instagram, @TheSpeedBug, same name here as YouTube, and we'll see you for another episode here on the Speedbug channel. Deuces.